You wake up beneath a table, and something tiny is moving inside the wall. You can't see it. You don't need to. Your ears swivel independently, narrowing the scratching to a patch of plaster near the floor. Your head turns toward the dark seam beneath it, and your pupils widen until your eyes are almost entirely black. The whiskers along your face lean forward, ready for whatever comes close enough to touch. To the humans asleep upstairs, the house is silent and empty. To you, something is alive inside it. You flatten your body against the floor, move one paw forward without a sound, and wait. You are the cat. And almost everything your humans call cute is part of a hunting machine. Start with the obvious: you are a predator. A small one, barely 4 kilograms, soft, easy to pick up, but a predator down to the last instinct. And this is the thing your humans have completely backwards. They think you live in their house. You don't. To you, this is territory, and they've simply arranged their furniture inside it. The couch is terrain. The hallway is a corridor you patrol. That warm body in the bed is something you've decided to tolerate. You're not their pet lounging in their home. You're a hunter living in the middle of a space you've claimed, and right now there's prey in the walls. So how do you find it in the dark? Start with your eyes. Behind each retina is a reflective layer called the tapetum lucidum. It sends incoming light back through the retina a second time, and it's why your eyes flash in headlights. It lets you make use of light far too dim for a human to navigate comfortably. Your eyes are packed with the cells that catch faint light and motion far more than a person has. But here's the honest part: you cannot see in total darkness. No animal can. There has to be some light to work with. And you've traded away sharpness and color to get this. The world you see is dim, a little grainy, a little washed out. But let one thing move in that gloom, and it lights up like a flare. You're not built to admire the room. You're built to catch the twitch. Then there are your ears, and they are extraordinary. Each one can swivel independently, changing how sound funnels into it and helping your brain narrow down where a noise is coming from, even when the source is hidden behind a wall. And you hear far past where a human's world ends, well up into the ultrasonic. That matters here because a mouse in the wall can make sounds pitched above the ceiling of human hearing, while its scratching, chewing, and shifting send extra vibrations through the plaster. To the people in the house, that wall is silent. To you, it's giving away its secret. Now here's the twist almost nobody knows. As sharp as your eyes are at a distance, up close they're much less useful. Once something reaches the space directly beneath your nose, sharp visual detail gives way to touch. So at the most important moment of the whole hunt, when the prey is right at your mouth, you can barely see it. And that's what your whiskers are really for. They aren't decoration. They're a close-range tactile system arranged across your face. They map what your eyes can no longer focus on, registering contact and the faint disturbances right around your face, helping you judge where a struggling animal is relative to your mouth. You don't catch prey with your eyes at the end. You catch it with your face, and when your head pushes into a dark opening, those whiskers start gathering information before the rest of you touches a thing. And once you understand that you're a hunter, every adorable thing you do falls into place, because it's all one ancient sequence. You spot movement and lock on, eyes huge. You sink low and creep, slow and silent. Then, right before you strike, your back end wiggles. That ridiculous little butt wiggle everyone films. It may help settle your footing, prime the muscles, or fine-tune the jump. Scientists don't actually have one settled answer. But a second later, the joke becomes a pounce, the grab, the bite. Every toy you've ever destroyed got the full program, and that 3 a.m. sprint through the house, thundering off the walls for no reason. That may run on the very same machinery: play, arousal, stored-up energy, a predator's readiness to explode into motion, even with nothing there to catch. It even explains where you like to sit. You're drawn upward, the back of the couch, the top of the fridge, the highest shelf you can reach. Height gives you several things at once: a wide view of the territory, distance from anything that disturbs you, and fewer directions something can come at you from. That perch on top of the cabinet isn't you being weird. It's a vantage point, and you've quietly marked all of it as yours. Every doorway, every chair leg, Every familiar corner carries a little of you. When you rub your cheek against the furniture or against a human's leg, you're not only asking for attention, you're leaving familiar chemical signals behind, making the space smell more recognizably like your own, which is also why the box undoes you. Put an empty cardboard box on the floor and there's a very good chance you'll inspect it, squeeze into it, and claim it on the spot. To a human that's a joke. To you it's perfect. An enclosed space with a single entrance, walls at your back, a place you can watch from without being seen, an ambush blind and a safe den in one. And it isn't just preference. In one study, shelter cats given a hiding box recovered from stress noticeably faster than those without one. A box to you is the most secure spot in the whole territory. There's a harder edge to being a small predator though. You are also to something bigger, prey. And so your body gives away remarkably little when something is wrong. When you're hurting or sick, the changes may be subtle. You withdraw, move less, sleep differently, groom differently, or become quieter, long before a human recognizes any of it as pain. In the wild, looking weak makes you a target. It's beautiful and it's sad, because it's the very reason the people who love you so often don't realize you're ill until you're seriously ill. Sometimes you carry captured prey back into the house and leave it where they'll find it. Humans call it a gift, a lesson, or an insult to their hunting. The honest answer is that no one knows exactly why. What's clear is that the sequence has simply run to its final stage: locate, stalk, capture, carry, and return to a familiar, secure place. So here's what your humans call a mystery and what's really going on. Why do you suddenly tear through the house? Why do you attack a toy that wasn't moving? Why do you freeze in the middle of the hallway and stare, dead still, at a blank stretch of wall? Because the house is not empty. It never was. There may be scratches, vibrations, and high-frequency sounds that never enter the human version of the room. There are movements in the dark their eyes smear into nothing. There are things sliding through the walls of their own home that they'll live their whole lives without noticing. You're not malfunctioning. You're not seeing ghosts. You're simply the one in the room who can tell that something is there. And then it's over. You are human again. Tomorrow, your cat will stop in the hallway and stare at something you cannot see. You'll probably laugh and step around her. But now you know what that stare might mean. Between the two of you, she is receiving more of the house, the faint movements, the hidden sounds, the tiny disturbances threaded through rooms you thought were quiet. You always believed it was your home, and you let her live in it. She never saw it that way. To her, it was always a hunting ground. She was simply letting you stay.